What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Hope you all are having an amazing day. Today is finally the day. Today we are going to tackle the rear quarter panels on my Audi S5. This is the moment I've been dreading for like the last 6 months since I ordered this kit, and I'm still dreading it, but today is the day we're doing it. We're tackling these things. Here is what the fenders look like right now. So if you guys aren't familiar with this kit, this is a fully molded wide body kit, which basically means there's going to be no rivets or no hardware anywhere. So essentially, this is going to get mounted up on the car like so. This will all get sanded down flush, then it will get basically like 3M epoxy glued to the car. And then obviously once it cures, this whole thing will get body worked. So this will basically, where you see this transition here, will be all completely flush and it will be 3 inches wider. The end result is going to be so clean. It's going to be a lot of work though. Today's video, I believe I'm just going to cut the fenders, bend them up, tack them, seal them, and then try to get these guys pinned up with some screws. And then obviously in the next video, I'm going to go through molding them and actually gluing them up and body working the whole thing. But for today's video, the goal is to essentially get these tacked up to the car in the right place and cut the fenders, weld them and seal them. And I will be welding the fenders because that really is the right way to do it, and I don't want to kind of really cut corners with this car. I want it to be absolutely flawless. I've only welded maybe a couple times before, so should be very interesting, but none of the welds will be showing, so I'm not too concerned. I'm gonna stop blabbing and get to work on this thing, because we got a lot of work ahead of us for this video. Alright, so first order of business is I'm going to remove this wrap so that I can get under there and we can start masking it off with tape, and then we'll start marking out where the fenders are going to go. Look at that clean black paint under there. Woo! Alright, now I'm just going to go through it with some blue tape and basically tape off this whole thing so that I can play around with mounting up the fender, and then I'll basically trace out where I want it to be and get ready to cut. Okay, this is absolutely ridiculous. Oh my god. This is so nuts. Now, we are really getting close to the point of no return here. So, we got the fender taped up to the car and obviously all masked off, and this looks so ridiculous. A little concerned here. These don't necessarily match up quite perfectly. If you look here, the bumper is a bit off. So, before I do anything in terms of cutting this and fitting this, I am going to try to get that bumper to line up perfectly with that. And then I'm going to start outlining this thing where I want it to be, and then I suppose we're going to cut after that, which I am terrified for. But yeah, looking good. This is, look at how wide she is. She is a thick girl now. Oh my goodness. Well, this is officially the moment of truth. I have it all marked out. Sorta. Don't mind my ugly lines, but I'm gonna go ahead and just cut this first initial piece off on the bottom here. So I'm gonna go through both pieces here, and then I'm gonna take a breather because this is gonna hurt pretty bad. And then I'm gonna worry about this cut up here, which is only gonna cut through one layer, and then we'll bend up the rest and so on. So let's send it on this first cut. I am nervous to say the least. Well, here goes nothing. Never really used one of these, so wish me luck. Well, everybody, let's have a quick moment of silence for my fender here. We did it. We sent it. Looks pretty decent. Don't make fun of me for my shaky hands while grinding here. Like I said, I've never really done this, but it went fairly smoothly. I think this piece is ready to bend back now. So we're gonna get to that. I'm still kind of shaking, one from the grinder too because I'm so nervous, but We did it, guys. We got through the scariest part. Well, after beating the heck out of this thing for a while now, I think we got it just about right. All of these are tucked in pretty closely, and once I start welding them, I'll actually have some more play with them. So I'm gonna wait to weld this side until I catch the other side up. So I'm gonna go catch the other side up. It'll just be like a time lapse, and then we'll start welding. I don't want to say it's going smoother than anticipated, but it is going pretty well so far. This is my first time doing any type of like metal work or anything like that, so definitely kind of nervous for me, especially since this is my car, and well, there's no going back at this point. But it's going fairly well, and I'm having a ton of fun, and I'm just so excited for what it's gonna look like. Alright, I just want to point out quick that the fitment on this side is quite beautiful. Like, once we get that fender in, look at that lineup. Oh my goodness. Now this gap here, can't do much about it. It's not too bad, but I will try to fix that with some body filler. But that lines up beautifully, guys. Alright, back to work. Alright, we got this side mostly pulled up. A few tweaks we got to do before we weld, but we're pretty much ready for welding on both sides. Now this is the terrifying part because I don't want to catch my car on fire, so this might take me a little while. We just got Audis on Audis out here. Look at these two beauties. Both these cars, 2011, 2012, and they don't look it at all. We got a bit of a sneak peek into the next video. Got the A4 fitted with its new grille, and it looks absolutely incredible. I'm not going to show you guys too much, but looking at these two cars, I think the A4 is in dire need of a front splitter. I think that's going to be the next mod. I failed miserably at welding. As you guys can see, not very impressive here. I was just trying to tack each one of these flaps up. Kind of got them tacked, but just very messy, sloppy, and no bueno. With that being said, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do this the quote-unquote wrong way. I'm going to cut all these flaps off and then pretty much just use like a seam sealer and seal it back together. I know this is not really the proper way to do it. You really want to weld them and cut them so you have a nice clean seam, but one, I'm using a Harbor Freight welder. Two, I've never welded before, so this is not going great. It doesn't really matter too much if I just cut these and slap some seam sealer on there, because like other fenders with the hardware, you can actually take those off and you get to look at your cut. But with this, these fenders are going to get molded, so they're never going to leave the car, so I theoretically will never see these seams again. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and do it the wrong way. Alright, so this does look a bit messy, and we're still going to have to close this up. I think I'm going to be able to pull it in and tack it, but the rest of it is mostly tacked well, and I can just kind of put some sealant over that. I'm going to grind it down first nice and flat, but all in all, pretty good. Since today's video is getting a bit long, I am gonna just mount the fender up on the car because I really did want to show you guys the fender mounted on the car in today's video. So I'm gonna get it mounted up to the car, and by mounted I mean I'm just gonna put a couple screws in just to hold it in place, and then we'll have a good look at it while it's mounted on the car, and then that will officially conclude today's video. Here we are, everybody. Oh my goodness, this looks so sweet. I got a few screws in here just to hold it up. Quite painful drilling right in there, but honestly, this whole fender's already destroyed, so whatever. But our fitment here is quite beautiful with this back bumper. We're gonna have to mess around with this here. I think I might just have to sand down the back of this just a little bit so it sits a little more flat, but all in all, everything lines up quite beautifully. And this is just so awesome. Even this little crease right here lines up with this body line on the car beautifully. So that'll sit nice and flush and just gorgeous. Oh my goodness. Now, I think I'm gonna end off today's video right there. Definitely had huge progress in today's video. Today's video is actually over the course of like a week. I've been grinding out this car anytime I get the chance. So we're really working away here. I'm gonna go ahead and bang out the other fender off camera. But for now, you guys can see how these back fenders look on the car. Next video is a huge video. I'm actually revealing my wheels for the car next video. Next video is actually shot during this video, so if the car looks hacked up still, that's because I already filmed it. But wheels are being revealed next video. So awesome. Fitment is gonna be nuts. And then after that, obviously part 4, which will be molding the rear quarter panels, which I'm so excited for. That's gonna be the final touch. With all that being said, I'm gonna end off today's video right there. Really hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys found it helpful. If you guys have any questions or comments, definitely let me know down below. I'm learning just as much as you guys are throughout putting this kit on. This is actually my first time doing a kit, so learning a ton of new things and making a few mistakes here and there, but learning from them so that you guys don't make my mistakes. Really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please be sure to smash that like button, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. It means the world to me, guys. Thank you so much. Peace out.